first. Yes,
All right.
to get everybody's attention.
All right. Good evening. I'd like to call to order the Mechanicsburg Area School District School Board meeting for Tuesday, January 13th. Just as a reminder, the meetings of the Mechanicsburg Area School District Board of Directors are being recorded and live streamed for the purpose of transparency and increased public access. The live stream, along with the recordings from previously held meetings, can be found on the school board's YouTube channel. At this time, I'd ask you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, we'll take a moment, silent meditation. Mrs. Schweigert, roll call, please.
Yes. Mr. Bradley.
Here.
Mrs. Dang. Here. Mr. Frangel.
Here.
Mrs. Huff.
Here.
Mrs. Kearns.
Here.
Mr. Kickline.
Here.
Dr. Lebo.
Here.
Miss Morgan.
Here.
And Mrs. Strelo.
Here.
Thank you. At this time, ask for the endorsement of the agenda. Any-
There are no changes.
Changes. Thank you. And meeting minutes are uploaded on the board. Are there any questions, concerns, or issues related to the meetings from our December 9th meeting? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 2.01. There are two opportunities for public comment this evening. As a reminder, public comment is limited to residents and taxpayers of the school district. At this time, we have reached the first opportunity for public comment. This opportunity is reserved for comments related to items that are listed on this evening's agenda for a vote. A second opportunity for public comment will occur at the end of the meeting. The second opportunity for public comment is reserved for comments on issues not listed on the agenda and not being voted on. Public comment will be limited to 3 minutes per individual and requires community members to observe a reasonable decorum. If you would like to address the board, please share your name and the municipality in which you reside. Seeing none, we will move on to item 3.01, superintendent's reports. Dr. Betts.
Yes, thank you. Well, January is our opportunity to celebrate the 9 of you, to thank you for your service. Some of you have just stepped into service. Some of you have been serving for a while. But this is our chance to recognize that service. For me, obviously, we're in the midst of my second year here, so as superintendent. So with my first year, really being able to get to know all of you and being able to partner with you in the education of our students has been a joy. It really has. I feel extremely grateful for the fact that we have a board who is dedicated to our students and families in our community and understands what public education is all about. And your desire is to contribute to that. You do it without pay, you do it without much fanfare, you just serve. And for me as superintendent, but also as a resident of Mechanicsburg Area School District, that means a great deal. And tonight we get to celebrate 3 new folks who have joined our ranks in that service. So I'm thankful for your willingness to step to the plate and be able to contribute to your community in this way. So from an official standpoint, I'll read a recognition resolution that Pennsylvania School Boards Association puts out. But from a more practical level, I'll share that what we tried to do as a district over the last several years is, as we recognize and show appreciation to our board members, we try to do that a little bit each month. So each month we have a different school represented to come and be able to talk about something they're doing in their schools. Typically bring some staff with them, typically bring some students with them. I think in December we had Northside here, if I recall. Next month we'll have some folks here again to be able to share with you the good things that are happening, and they're doing that partially in appreciation for you, because whatever they're sharing is directly a result of the support that you give our schools. So officially, I'll share this resolution. Whereas the role of locally elected school officials has served the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and local communities in meeting the needs of public education since the passage of the Free School Act in 1834. And whereas these local boards have discharged their responsibilities to public education in a manner which has placed public education in the forefront of our educational systems. And whereas locally elected officials have distinguished themselves and their communities in this non-paid, volunteer public service commitment. And whereas the contributions of these men and women should be recognized and appreciated by those who benefit from the workings of our public school system. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Directors of the Pennsylvania School Boards Association hereby proclaims the month of January as School Director Recognition Month in this Commonwealth. Further resolved that this proclamation be communicated to all school districts, school officials, and local communities in a planned program which brings visibility and awareness of the role of locally elected school officials to the citizenry of this Commonwealth. You're one of 500 groups that this month gets to be recognized, so thank you for your service.
Thank you.
That's all I have. That's all.
We'll move on to item 3.02, the Cumberland Perry Area Career and Technical Center report. Dr. Pitts.
Yeah, typically we would have this report given by the liaison that we would have as a part of their joint operations committee. Obviously, we're working through those changes, so I can certainly report on that as I'm a member of the Superintendent's Council that gets together monthly to be able to chat about things happening at the CTC. So overall, they continue to be doing great things over there. The construction project is well on its way. If you've been down past there, you would see the front entrance being worked on still. And if you did drive around back, you would see that the large building that's being the addition is beginning to be erected. So you can start to see that forming up there. It's going to create a lot of new opportunities for our students here in the next couple of years in a number of different shops. We had a huge number of students that applied recently for admittance next year, and we'll hopefully have some statistics to share with you later this year as they go through their application process and continue on. So our number has continued to climb from 70 some just about 5 years ago to over 100 now students that we have that go to take advantage of the CTC each year. So lots of good things happening.
I get a daily report on the chaos there as
Oh yes,
Becca is there
yes, you
now
do. Yes.
as an IA, so this week has been the boom of construction, so she's excited to see how it's expanding.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that report. We'll move on to item 3.03, the Capital Area Intermediate Unit report. We met in December, just before Christmas. The date escapes me at this point. Continue to talk about recovering the financials from the impacts of the budget and the delay in passing the budget, and they have moved away from the issues of the funding now and have kind of recouped that. Continue to look at contracts. The IU has 50 or 60 different independent budgets that we review over the course of that time. to look at it. Most of the budgets we don't vote on. They're budgets that are tied into the federal funding or the state funding that they receive. And there are one or two budget items that we do, or budgets that we do actually vote on and review. Most of them are just programs and funding that they continue to get. And it continues to be a challenge, more so from the federal funding levels than it is from the state funding levels, to keep those in line. They'll be meeting again towards the end of this month, and we'll be looking as well to replace me and that board going forward.
Budget season abounds.
Yes, it does, and they roll them out very quickly. The one interesting thing is they have gotten into a consent agenda approach, where they do we'll do the kind of the workshop ahead of time and talk about everything, and then when it actually comes time for the agenda, it's, did anybody have any issues on any of the items in the agenda? And then the whole agenda just gets approved and moved forward. So it's the meeting is interesting. That it used to be that was what took us a long time to walk through, and now that takes a procedural 5 minutes. So we'll be discussing that later on. No, I'm kidding. But it's an interesting approach that they take. So.
Did they change it to save time? Is that the reason they wanted to change it, or?
It also kind of changed the focus for a while there. It was becoming a report out about what all the departments were doing, as opposed to some of the issues or the things that they were doing. So it was becoming more of a status report meeting than it was really gearing towards it. And there are a limited number of things that as a board, you really have to make a decision on. So you take the time to walk through all those key areas ahead of time, and then just do a consent vote. But from my understanding, from some of the other board members from the IU, there are other school districts that do that as well, in a sense. And some of them I can't see how they would just do that. So it's a little crazy. But any questions from anybody? From a Finance and Facilities, item 3.06, from a Finance and Facilities Committee report, we are continuing to work on assignments and get representation onto the different boards. Ms. Morgan has stepped forward and is going to serve on that as the Finance and Facilities Committee member. So as we progress forward, she'll be taking us through that and addressing any finance or facilities items that we have coming forward. Is this up?
I was going to
I apologize.
I wouldn't let it go.
3.04 Wildcat Foundation report.
Thank you. February is the Wildcat Foundation night, our biggest fundraiser of the year, February 20th. Tickets are on sale now, and there are raffle tickets for sale. Only sell 100 of those. $5,000 is the top winner. If you're interested in one of those, I'm sure I can find you one. And as I understand, there'll be a memorandum of understanding coming forward to the board at some point in the near future between Wildcat Foundation and the school district. Because we haven't had one of those apparently for a while or ever.
Yeah, never had one, and it was something that's come up among the foundation board a couple times historically, and finally hammered it out. So
So
really
that'll
just agrees to the office space and that sort of thing.
That's it.
All right, thank you, and I apologize.
Not a problem.
Item 3.07, Board President's Report.
Oh, fine.
No. Oh, yeah, okay. You're right. 3.05, newbie. 3.05, PSBA Legislative Report. I have none at this point. I will be reaching out to Representative Kutz and Delosha to introduce myself. Did see that Representative Delosha is not running for re-election. She has decided that at the end of this term, she'll wrap everything up with that. So, but we are represented actually by two different reps because of the way that they divided up the districts and created that additional district that Representative Kutz is representing us in. So we have two state representatives that are covering our school district. So we try to keep a relationship and work with both of them going forward. Now can I go? Those. For board presidents, 3.07, board president, continuing to work with the other all the board members to come up with committee assignments. Still working through a few glitches and details and things that we need to resolve. Next meeting, we'll have a full list of assignments. So as we get into some of the areas, I may ask you to just cover a particular item if you haven't already stepped forward and just read the resolution into the records so we can vote on it. But we'll have that resolved by the next meeting. Any questions? We'll jump down to item 5, new business, athletics, and recreation, 5.01, appointment of winter and spring recreation staff.
I'd like to ask the board to approve the winter and spring staff appointments for the Recreation Department as presented.
Second.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Mrs. Swear.
Unless I hear a negative response, I'll record the roll call as a unanimous vote.
Thank you. We'll move on to item 6, new business, budget and finance, 6.01. Ms. Morgan.
I'd like to ask the board to approve the treasurer's report as per the attachments, which include the following. Number 1 is the treasurer's report for December 2025. Number 2 is the board budget report for December 2025. Number 3 is the general fund invoices paid, check number 72381 through 72584 in the amount of $1,881,973.28. Number 4 is electronic payments in the amount of $7,794,650.19. Number 5 is the general fund invoices payable, check number 72585 through 72605 in the amount of $304,379.19. Number 6 is the series of 2024 construction fund invoices paid, check number 235 through 239 in the amount of $394,599.23. And lastly, number 7 is the capital reserve fund invoices paid, check number 1977 through 1980 in the amount of $67,088.49.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? Mrs. Swear.
Unless I hear a negative response, I'll record the roll call as a unanimous vote.
Moving to 6.02, tax policies report. Mr. Kickline.
I'd like to ask the board to approve the tax policies report as presented.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Mrs. Swear.
Unless I hear a negative response, I'll record the roll call as a unanimous vote.
Thank you. Moving on to number 7, new business curriculum. 7.01, approval of the 2026-2027 high school course registration booklet.
I'd like to ask the board to approve the 2026-2027 high school course registration booklet revisions as presented.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments?
I'd like to just thank the teachers involved in the preparation of these curriculum materials. It takes a lot of time and effort.
Absolutely. Thank you. Mrs. Swear.
Unless I hear a negative response, I'll record the roll call as a unanimous vote.
And item 7.02, approval of instructional calendar. Mrs. Huff.
I ask the board to approve the school calendar for 2026-2027 as presented.
And second.
Second.
Any questions or comments?
Unless I hear a negative response, I'll record the roll call as unanimous vote.
Thank you. Okay. Item 8, new business facilities. 8.01, authorize the administration to bid and/or participate in the joint purchasing programs for supplies and equipment for the 2026-2027 school year. I'll take that. Ms. Morgan?
I'd like to ask for a board to approve the authorization of the administration to bid and/or participate in the joint purchasing programs for supplies and equipment contained in the 2026 through 2027 budget.
Second.
Any questions or comments?
Mr. Longwell, do you want to just give a brief description as to why we do this?
Sure. Thank you, Dr. Minister. So I'll say in short, it really is in response to the procurement requirements that exist at a state or federal level. We also have local procurement that we follow as well in terms of best practices. But really for anything that's contained in the budget, in this case, we're looking forward to 26-27. This allows the administration the approval and authorization to purchase through the bidding process if required, or to use the joint purchasing cooperatives, which is kind of in lieu of the bidding process, to really move forward with purchases of supplies, equipment, and things like that. So really a general fund approval for procurement.
Any other questions?
Unless I hear a negative response, I'll record the roll call as unanimous vote.
Moving on to number 9, new business personnel. Dr. Lebo?
I'd like to ask the board to approve the personnel report as presented.
Second.
Any questions or comments?
Unless I hear a negative response, I'll record the roll call as unanimous vote.
Thank you. Item 10, new business policy, student expulsions. Mr. Frangel.
I'd ask the board to adopt the agreement and waiver of hearing before the board of directors between parent, student, and the board, and the terms and conditions set forth therein. Direct the superintendent to place said agreement in students' education records. Authorize the superintendent to act on behalf of the board in implementing the agreement and order the expulsion of the following students. Student E of 2025-2026, beginning December 9th, 2025, for 1 calendar year. Student F of 2025-2026, beginning December 9th, 2025, for 1 calendar year. And student G of 2025-2026, beginning December 12th, 2025, for 1 calendar year.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments?
Just like to continue to thank the administration for putting the students first in these situations and finding appropriate placement so they get the help they need.
Excellent point. Thank you.
Mrs. Schreier?
Unless I hear a negative response, I'll record the roll call as a unanimous vote.
We now move to item number 11, hearing of visitors. This is an opportunity for public comment. We have reached a second opportunity for public comment. This opportunity is reserved for comments on issues not listed on the agenda and not being voted upon this evening. As a reminder, public comment is limited to residents and taxpayers of the school district. Public comment will be limited to 3 minutes per individual and requires community members to observe a reasonable decorum. If you would like to address the board, please share your name and municipality in which you reside. Seeing none, we'll move to item number 12, adjournment. Ms. Morgan.
I'd like to ask the board to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
Thank you.
Wow.
That was quick.